What, how much, and when are essential, but what about the where? For business enterprises, a large part of their data is linked to physical locations. Location acts as a link between different data sources, provides valuable information, and answers business questions such as, has anyone else done a project nearby? Are there geographic risks associated with any business risk? Businesses worldwide use location intelligence to solve business problems, discover new opportunities, make better decisions, and optimize their business processes. As more businesses see the value of using location data proactively as part of their overall business plans, location intelligence and the methods by which we acquire data will continue to change at a rapid pace. With the increased use of location data, along with advanced technologies and enhanced computing power, location sharing will be safer, faster, and easier to capture. At Geospatial World Forum 2021, the industry and the users will dive into the value proposition of the location intelligence in marketing and advertising, real estate, and supply chain and logistics sector. Industry leaders will deliberate on the insights which can be derived in the new normal, and the way forward for location data providers. Welcome to the Symposium on Location and Business Intelligence.
Hi, hello everyone. I'm sorry for being a bit late. I hope you guys don't mind. Again, I hope all of you are doing well. I welcome you all at the Location and Business Intelligence Symposium at Geospatial World Forum 2021. In the next 2 days, we would be touching upon the use of location data and analytics and its impact in a number of end-user industries. So, we would be discussing about how location-based marketing and advertising is there in the new world, in the new normal, how mobility data is helping the real estate and the retail sector. There would be a talk on Our World is Not an Ashtray. There was an award which was given to this person yesterday. We'll be talking about how the logistics and the supply chain operations are getting improved by real-time location data. Then how location-based AI is helping in improved decision-making, and ethics and privacy issues. There would be a session on e-commerce enhancing digital consumer experience tomorrow as well. So a quick brief of who we are. Geospatial World is basically a consulting organization that has been at the forefront of disseminating knowledge and awareness towards adoption of geospatial and location technologies in various business workflows. We have been undertaking a lot of studies, so here I am just going to give you a brief of what kind of projects we have done so far. So we undertook a study for the Netherlands geolocation economy, and this was done in partnership with the Interior and Kingdoms Relationship Netherlands and Geonovum. It was basically to address the need for coherent, robust, and comprehensive analysis of the geolocation economy in the country. And since Geospatial World is a consulting organization, we ourselves deal with how this industry is evolving and what are the developments. So I have prepared a short presentation on some of our findings. So in this, when businesses analyze their own data, how do we define location and business intelligence? So when businesses analyze their own data on a BI platform, along with alternate data sets, keeping the where component common, that is referred to as location-powered business intelligence. And why where is important? Because we believe that 80% of the world data has this component, and it is the only component which can, connect discrete data sets with each other. So the relevance of business intelligence industry. We saw that in 2019, as per IMF, the global GDP growth was 2.8%. This value dipped to minus 3.3% in 2020, while in 2021, it is expected to bounce back to 6%. Now, when we are analyzing some of the major BI companies publicly listed, we found that the revenues for these companies were increasing from 2019 to 2020, and from 2021, and this was a repetitive trend for the 4 quarters. So now the value for Q4 and Q3 for 2021 has been extrapolated because the actual numbers have not yet come. But what we found was that, for 2019 and 2020, the increase in the revenue was because of the rise in the uncertainty and willingness of the end users to take data-driven decisions, because that's how they were able to understand that what's happening within their business, even though they were working from home. While for 2020 and between 2021, we found that majority of the smaller companies started investing in BI companies. So there was this study by Drenzer which said that 95% of enterprise software vendors and cloud SaaS adoption has been because of cloud BI. We have worked on the value chain of location and business intelligence. So this comprises of the location upstream industry and the downstream industry. The upstream industry comprises of GNSS satellites, ground monitoring systems, GNSS augmentation systems, and ground-based positioning systems, while the downstream sector comprises of the hardware part and the location data part. So when we say hardware, we have things like IoT devices, we have outdoor positioning hardware, so antennas, receivers, chips, and cell phones, like GNSS-enabled equipment. We have indoor positioning equipment, say hardware. So all of these comprise of the hardware, while this, the dotted line, and the entire thing is the location downstream industry. Now, all of this is analyzed on software. So we have basically 3 types of software. One is data aggregating and analytics platforms. Then we have applications, and we have shared economy platforms. So these applications, as well as the shared economy platforms, they generate a lot of data, which gets analyzed on data aggregating platforms, which can be referred to as business intelligence software. And then we have the user community, which is like healthcare, retail, real estate, supply chain, and logistics. These sectors use this location data, they generate insights, and they also generate a lot of data, which again goes to the location data providers as well. I'll touch upon, and all of this is enabled by telecom networks, obviously. I'll touch a brief about how this amalgam of location with business intelligence is happening. So we have map content providers, companies like TomTom here, Google Maps for India, and more. These companies, through APIs, they provide maps to consumer apps, shared economy businesses like Uber, Grab, Airbnb, and more, as well as businesses in sectors like retail, real estate, supply chain, and logistics. And these businesses, they create a lot of location data as well as their own data, and they also take data from third-party data companies. And this data could be stored either on cloud or on-premise or on hybrid storage models. All of this information then goes into business intelligence platforms. Now, these business intelligence platforms may be developing location analytics capabilities in-house, or they might be partnering with location data companies. So for instance, SAP and SAS, they partner with Esri for location analytics capabilities. And then we have companies like Salesforce, which are doing this in-house. And this deployment, again, could be on cloud or on-premise. So when the insights that are produced through this BI platform is used by these businesses, and this information is basically going as insights to the consumer apps and businesses, which is again generating this data. So this is how the cycle is working. We have also developed a maturity model of location and business intelligence. So we will be discussing more about this tomorrow. So I would appreciate if you guys could join us there in that discussion, because this is something which is developing right now, and we would obviously want experts to discuss and deliberate more about this particular concept. But this is how it looks right now. We have the workflow, and we have different stages where what's happening and how the geospatial technologies are maturing within this workflow. In all, this is how it looks right now, but we would be working in detail. We will be talking more about this tomorrow at about 12:30. So lastly, there are some major trends that we have seen in this sector. So how AI plus location intelligence is guiding businesses, how the individual data privacy, GDPR and CCPA is impacting, the right to be left alone, what are the industry leaders like Google and Apple doing here, and IT giants are entering into the location analytics space. So when we say AI ML is, what is it doing? So through that, companies are able to spot trends, do prediction, do site selection, risk management, and asset tracking. There are many more applications, but these are some of the major ones. We have categorized how the GDPA and CCPA have certain common fields. So the right to access user-friendly versions of data, right to withdraw consent, and more. Whereas they have some points which are separate. So for instance, CCPA gives the right to deletion when GDPR gives the right to correction. Companies like AWS is entering location analytics space. I believe all of us must have seen this in the news, that AWS partnered with Esri in here for providing location analytics, Amazon location services, and they have giving functionalities like asset tracking, delivery, and user engagement, and geomarketing at the moment. And we did a story on, Amazon location services, and experts said that, that since Amazon is entering into this business, this shows that, this industry is going to grow, and IT giants are now, because they are growing at 40% growth rate annually, and they need to venture into businesses, where that kind of growth can be sustainable. So it's a clear indication that this location analytics, location intelligence as an industry is going mainstream now. And then what are some of the industry leaders doing? So we all know that Google is said that it would go away from third-party cookies. So what has it done? It is saying that it will develop cohorts. Cohorts are basically, groups. Instead of targeting individuals, the advertisers would be able to now target a larger group. While what Apple did is, in iOS 14.5, it gave this app tracking transparency feature where the users can basically stop an app from accessing their location and things like that, and their other activities. But these are something which the IT giants or the industry leaders in this space are doing with respect to how the privacy could be saved for individuals. We'll discuss the kind of impact that it could have in one of the sessions today. Thank you so much.